On Monday night, and thank you very much for showing up and hanging out with me. We're going to talk about natural healing and detoxification, and this is the kind of natural healing that I practice and on myself, and to test everything out, and that I spread on to out to the world. So. Anyways, we're focusing on the lymphatic system, of course. We're detoxifying that. That is the most important part of your immune system, and it is where all your 100 trillion cells dump all of their toxic waste. And so it's super important, and I believe it is the key to health, longevity, and feeling good, both physically and mentally. And that's been my experience, and that's been the experience that I've seen as this happens. So what I'm trying to do here, in essence, is I'm trying to teach you how to heal yourself. And so you can actually find your remedy to what's ever troubling you, and that you can also, teach this to your friends and family and spread this message out. So it's that important. Your lymph system is 5.5 gallons usually of lymphatic fluid. It's at least 3 times as big as the blood system. It's a very important system of the body. It surrounds every single cell of the body. And so if it gets backed up, then it clogs, it gets thick, it gets toxic, it becomes a nice little breeding ground for all kinds of creatures, viruses, parasites, bad bacteria, funguses, all kinds of things like that. So it's just super important to keep this flowing. And I found out, I actually did a little entomology, I think they call it, where I try to find out what the word means. And lymph actually means fresh waters. So, the idea is it's a very slow moving river that runs through the body. It cleanses the body. It removes all these acids and toxins and cellular wastes away from the cells, and then gets them to the lymph nodes, where a couple of things happen. At the lymph nodes, there's a lot of major immune cells there, natural killer cells and tons of lymphocytes and things like that, that go ahead and kill pathogens. Also, it gets rid of dead cells there. And also, this is something that a lot of people don't know. I didn't know for a long time, is that there's friendly bacteria in these lymph nodes that actually takes the acids, from the lymph system. Cellular acids, the waste, the acidic waste from the cells is a 3 pH, which is very acidic. So this bacteria actually neutralizes a lot of these acids in the lymph system. So the bacteria is very friendly here, and it gets it back up to, I think, somewhere in the 6.8 pH level, which is almost neutral, before it's sent to the kidneys. And it might be a little hotter than that, some of it going to the kidneys, but in essence, all that super acidic waste does not make it to the kidneys, where it could really burn the kidneys. So anyways, so the bacteria is very, very important there. That's why we want to be very careful with antibiotics for a number of reasons. And one is, when you take these antibiotics, it kills the bacteria all through the body. So we want to keep the friendlies there and keep all that in balance. So so that's really it. I just teach you how to alkalize the body right down to the cellular level, and then this will help keep the lymph fluids flowing, because acids, they dry, and you can get what's called a catatonic environment there, where it's just toxins that are thick like a gravy, and even hardening even more, and it just becomes like sludge. It won't move, and that's when you get into trouble. That becomes super acidic. It starts burning away at tissues and cells and organs and joints and bones and everything else, and also becomes, like I say, a breeding ground for all kinds of unfriendly things. When you're out backpacking, you would never drink from a stagnant pond. You'd always go to a fresh flowing stream, and it's the same thing with the body. You want to keep that river, that lymph river, nice and flowing, nice and clean, and everything is good. So that's it in a nutshell. It's super easy. You got to take in alkalizing foods, though. You cannot, the body has to deal with a lot of acids being formed just by daily living. Just by moving the body around, by digestion, all kinds of things create acids. So we don't need to be bombarding the body with more acids. It's very hard to alkalize if you're taking in non-alkaline foods. So we want to take in alkalizing foods. And what are those? Numero uno is going to be your fruits. Fruits are super alkalizing. They're also extremely hydrating. They're cleansing, and they're astringent. They pull toxins. They pull acids, and get them flowing through the lymph system. So fruits are your number one. There is so much healing power in fruits. It's unbelievable. It's like God or nature, whatever you want to call it, has packed the healing forces in the fruit. And I always tell people, don't take my word for it. Try it yourself. You might go backwards for a little bit because some of you are very, very toxic. So you might stir up the hornet's nest for a while. But once you get through that initial phase, you're going to start feeling that magic power of the fruits. You're going to feel the energy. You're going to feel the cleansing. And you're just going to feel, so much better. So I want you to not take my word for it, but I want you to try it if you haven't. And going high fruit is amazing. There's a rule out there. It's called the 80-20 rule, and it basically says that 20% of your activities contribute to 80% of your rewards or whatever from that activity. So it's the same thing. I say go 80% fruit, 20% raw vegetables, and that is a great, great place to come from if you're detoxing. And even if you're not detoxing, it's just a fantastic way to live, I found. Of course, we can throw in some nuts and seeds, and we can have our cheats, of course, to keep us sane. We can have our little, every once in a while have our little cheats and all that kind of stuff. But having that become the basis of your diet will change your life in so many ways I can't even tell you. And you will be healed in so many ways you won't even believe it, and you can help others heal. Okay. Your What happens is also I found this amazingly, is that your capacity, your brain power really increases. Your ability to think harder and longer really comes up. So you can really be of a benefit to the world by doing this as well, and a benefit to yourself. And so I just encourage everybody to try this. The 80-20 rule really applies here. I wanted to talk about a couple of things that are going on. I was thinking about David Bowie, and what a tragedy, what an amazing talent. He was only 69, and same with Alan Rickman. Both died of cancer. And I just did a little bit of research into Bowie. I guess he had 6 heart attacks before the cancer, so there was something going on with him. And of course, I'm going to see everything through the lymphatic system. So if we were going to look at David Bowie through the eyes of detoxification and the lymphatic system and natural healing, and believing that the body, if it's free of obstruction, is an amazing healing machine. Of course, using the forces of nature, God, prana, whatever you want to call it, the life force. If that life force is allowed to come in you and flow freely through you, then I believe that these so-called diseases. Number one, I don't believe in diseases. I think they're just names for acid and cellular damage. So this thing called cancer, that the medical community calls cancer, evidently caused his death. Now, when you start to have heart attacks, okay, if it's not a congenital thing, what happens is that when the body becomes acidic, right? You're taking in all these acid-forming foods. Maybe you're doing a lot of protein, which is really hard on the kidneys. It can get the kidneys to shut down. The kidneys are the main filter for the lymphatic system. If they're shut down, they block the detoxification and the movement of lymph, of acidic, toxic lymph out of the body. So now you've got the toxins circulating inside the body and acids, and they do damage. This thing called cancer is really just damaged cells. They're burned. They're acid damaged to the point where they start to replicate in strange ways. And okay, so you have an acid diet, right? Your kidneys are blocked, so you're circulating acid, so now you're starting to burn. So the body doesn't want to burn, right? So it goes to great lengths to keep itself alkalized. And it says, okay, well, if you're not giving me the food I'm supposed to eat, you're giving me acid-forming foods, then I am going to have to come in. Okay, so what it does, it goes to the adrenal glands, and it says, you know, I'm going to kick out a bunch of these antacid steroids to help counter all the acids that are in this body now. Okay, so a lot of us have weak adrenals, or this can even weaken the adrenals because it's so much work for the body to realkalize itself, right? So then if the adrenals can't keep up, then it's going to go to the liver and it's going to ask for cholesterol, okay? So now cholesterol starts being pumped into the body to counter acids. You know, cholesterol is a lipid, it's a fat, it's a great buffer, it's a great antacid. So now you're starting to get cholesterol buildup, right? That causes plaquing in the arteries, right? And in the heart. And that can be a cause of these heart attacks, is cholesterol plaquing from acidosis, trying to counter the acidosis, okay? And then your body will also say, you know what, give me some calcium, right? Calcium is in Tums. It's a great antacid. So now you're going to get calcifications. And plus it's going to steal it from joints and tissues and organs. It can even steal calcium out of the heart. It steals it from blood vessels, all kinds of things. So there's a lot of reasons why you can tie heart attacks to acids and acidosis and a blocked lymph system. So let's say David Bowie's already got the signs. He's got a bad lymph system. He doesn't know anything about the lymph system. He's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, but he knows nothing about that because it's not even in the mainstream. So chances are he knew nothing about it. And then now he's got cancer, and he knows nothing about the lymphatic system, and it's tied to cancer, right? And cancer briefly is damaged cells from acidosis from a toxic acidic lymph system that can't alkalize. Your body can't alkalize, so it starts damaging cells. That's it in a nutshell. It's a little more complex than that, obviously, but anyways, so David Bowie, you know, probably went to the finest doctors, the finest hospitals, everything like that, and you know, wanted more life, obviously, and was probably kept alive with some very expensive drugs, because these you know, these test drugs are $20,000 a month sometimes, things like that. So you know, so anyways, he finally succumbed to it, and so did Alan Rickman. So I guess the point is here is that, look, it doesn't matter how much money you have. You're not going to buy your way out of this unless you have the knowledge, unless you have the simplistic knowledge of alkalization versus acidity. And this is what Dr. Morse teaches is number one, easiest, simplest thing. He says the body, you know, is either has two sides to chemistry, either acid or alkaline. You know, the body wants to remain alkaline. If it can't, then you got the trouble, okay? And so that's pretty much it. And it's really interesting because I think about 6 months ago, I was listening to a talk radio guy. I forget who it was at this time, but he was saying that that he was flying back from New York and was in first class and sat next to David Bowie. And this is like 6, 8 months ago. And he was just going on and on how good David Bowie looked. He said, I don't know what this guy is doing. You know, he's wealthy. He's probably got the greatest, you know, the greatest longevity protocols and all this stuff. That he just went on and on how good David Bowie looked. That's why I was so surprised to hear that he had passed like that. So I don't know what was up with that. You know, they might have been doing some experimental things, which was temporarily really, really, you know, putting a lot of life force in him. I just don't know. But anyways, ultimately, you know, he succumbed to it. And, you know, Dr. Morse says that he has over 90% success rates with the cancer, so-called cancer. So it's something to think about. And, you know, when 9 out of 10, this is reported from Natural News, when 9 out of 10 oncologists won't even take the chemo, you know there's something wrong there, okay? This is acid chemistry on top of an acidic condition, okay? And the success rate for chemo is not very good. You can go to Cancer, was it Cancer America? Cancer Cures of America or something like that. Um, I can't. It'll come to me, but Cancer Centers of America. Sorry, and you can see the statistics. They're not very good. Okay. Um, I believe the idea of this industry. Number one. It's a for-profit industry. Get that. Get that. Let that set in. You know, it's a for-profit industry. So the way for-profit works in a corporation is that you try to maximize the bottom line. Okay. You can't have something that doesn't work because nobody would come to you, right? But if you have something that prolongs life, then that starts to become valuable. But if you ultimately cannot, you know, cannot kick this acid condition out of the body, that patient will eventually die. But you can keep that patient alive long enough to extract all their money. Now, you know, I don't know if these people are sinister or not. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. They might just be, you know, addicted to the high profits of this industry, which can be very addicting. So the wishes and goals and desires of a corporation are much different than yours. Theirs is bottom line profit. Yours is health, which is way more valuable. So just take that into mind, you know, because they will suck every penny out of you and your family if you get into their clutches. And they will teach you nothing about reverse, none of these alternative natural cures, no information on diet, nothing like that. Maybe a little bit, but not much. They certainly won't be pointing you towards this type of scenario here. Um, so I think it's, you know, I think it's good to you know, it's good to not even have to go there. In other words, if you're eating an alkalizing diet, you understand the lymph system, you understand kidney filtration. I talk about this over and over. Get the kidneys filtering or you are going to be in trouble. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next year, but eventually you will be in big trouble. You have a blocked up lymph system. It's not flowing. Your sewer system is backing up slowly but surely, and it is going to do some damage. I don't know where it's going to show up. I don't know when it's going to show up, but it will show up. And if I guarantee, if you don't have kidney filtration, just look at your body, look at some of these things. Go to my website, go to Dr. Morse, and guaranteed you got some stuff going on. Okay, that can be attributed to this. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to just talk about that. And um, I was driving down to San Diego, and I went through La Jolla, and Scripps, you know, they have a big, you know, I guess the UCSD down there, big, gigantic, beautiful, brand new hospitals. I mean, gorgeous with mirrored windows and beautiful entryways and all that. Just these gigantic hospitals. And they're even building a brand new gigantic hospital here in Ventura. I guess they're expecting a lot of customers, a lot of high-paying customers. So hopefully it's not going to be us, okay? Because we are going to alkalize the body. We're going to get the lymph moving, and we're going to teach other people how to do this, okay? All right. Let me go to a couple questions here, and then I'll go to your questions. Lynn asks, can I drink kefir if I'm detoxing? Okay. So kefir, of course, is a fermented dairy product. No dairy at all. Dairy is super, super toxic to the body. After age 2, you don't even produce any lactase, which is the enzyme that digests the lactose. So it treats it like a foreign protein. It causes inflammation. Just drink a glass of milk and see all the phlegm that comes up. Okay, that's an allergic or a reaction to these foreign proteins. Okay, so no, not even kefir. You know, some say, well, you're doing probiotics. You know, it's going to change the chemistry and it's beneficial to the gut and all that. Well, no, the dairy is not. It's just going to clog your lymph system. Okay. And you know, having good bacteria in the body is not that difficult if you're taking in the right food. Your body naturally rebalances. You don't need all these fancy probiotics and all this kind of stuff if you can get the body to a reasonable detoxified level. Okay. Jeff asks, I thought Lyme was a tick-borne disease. Okay, so he's responding to one of Dr. Morse's videos that says it's a lymphatic problem. Basically what Dr. Morse is saying there is that if your lymph system's backed up, then your body cannot get the immunity cells to the area. Okay, so then this thing will start exploding on you. It could be a tick bite that's carrying some some virus or whatever. But the basis is just clean your lymph system, and the body will take care of anything that's not supposed to be there. Body's super intelligent. It knows what's supposed to be in there and what's not supposed to be there. If it's not supposed to be there, it grabs it, it neutralizes, it kills it, gets it to the lymph nodes, it's destroyed, gets it down and out through the kidney door. So no matter what it is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's bad virus, fungus, parasite, whatever. The body will take care of it if it can get to it. Okay? So that's why it's so important to keep the river of lymph flowing. That's all we want to do. We want to keep the river flowing so the natural forces can come in. The life force can come in and push it out. Okay? Yeah, learning this sounds all simple, but this is a big, big deal. It really, truly is. This is a big deal. Learning detoxification is a huge deal. It is putting power back into you, putting power back into nature, trusting that if I realign with nature and the foods that are put here for us to eat, then we're gonna keep the system energized and balanced the way it should be. Okay, when you start eating McDonald's and Burger King and Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruities and all these crazy things, all this clogging, processed, God knows what's in it, chemical laden food. The body doesn't know what to do with it. It's gonna lock up on you, especially if you're doing high proteins. These high protein diets these weightlifters do, this whey protein, eating these gigantic steaks, it's going to shut down those kidneys even more. Okay, I just read something where McDonald's was actually, I think they're still doing it. A couple of the other restaurants won't do it anymore, but they actually took their beef. Some of it was probably rancid, and they soak it in ammonia to wash it. And now your kids and all that are eating ammonia washed meat. I mean, my God, that's just some of it. All right, so I'm going to go to a couple questions online here. Let's see if anybody's posted yet. Karen, hi Mark, is this where I ask a question for the live broadcast? Absolutely, Karen, bring it on. LD Hamilton, LaDonna, yes, Karen. Oh, Karen, thanks, LaDonna, she asked. Okay, thanks, Karen says. Inspired by now. Yay, all right. Okay, so LaDonna, as you know, my daughter, who is only 19, is prone to kidney stones, and they tested her last stone and said it was hereditary. Oh, that means you got it too. Is there anything food-wise she can do to avoid a hereditary disorder? She was just in the hospital for a kidney infection, so I need some advice for her to try and avoid kidney problems that may only get worse as she gets older if she isn't well informed. Absolutely spot on. Yeah, 19 years old, developing stones, not a good idea. I don't know, LaDonna, if have you had them? They say it's hereditary. I don't know if you've had them. Let me know. But anyways, yeah, kidney stones is it's a sign of a weak kidney. It's a sign of an acidic kidney. They're calcifications. Okay, the body is trying to alkalize. By using calcium, so you're getting calcifications. There are methods that for dissolving kidney stones. I have a note on that. Okay, so Dr. Morse recommends get your pencil and paper ready. Okay, this is great, everybody, because this is really good to know. Okay, so if you have kidney stones, here's what Dr. Morse says: 500 milligrams of magnesium every 2 hours on the hour. 500 milligrams of magnesium every 2 hours on the hour. 200 milligrams of B6, vitamin B6, every hour on the hour. Okay, so repeating, 500 milligrams magnesium every 2 hours on the hour, 200 milligrams of B6 every hour on the hour for 24 hours. Okay, and then you're going to want to pump the juices like the orange juices, the lemon juice, the watermelon, all these alkalizing, astringent juices. Okay, this will help alkalize. All right. Use the kidney herbs. Dr. Morse has got some kidney formulas. If you can't get those right away, you can do the juniper berries. You can do the parsleys, You can do any of the berries, dandelion, things like that. Okay. Um, um, Here's a note. Stones can come from everywhere: kidneys, lungs, liver. Organs steal calcium from the tissues to help alkalize, and stones form. Calcium's in Tums. It's a great alkalizer. Too many acids are coming at those kidneys, or there's acidity inside the kidneys. Okay, so your daughter, everybody should be on a high alkaline diet. That will, number one, it'll help clear the kidneys, get them filtering, and also it will start clearing your body out of these acids and toxins. Okay, everyone has kidney weakness, by the way. Everybody. It's been genetically passed down to us. This environment here, anywhere near a big city, is just so toxic. So. Um, mm, mm, um, okay. Um, so yeah, I hope that helps. Alkalize, alkalize, alkalize. I know at 19, I mean, it's really hard. Kids love their food. They love their junk food. They get in situations like parties and all that where it's just almost impossible to eat really super well. Um, there's a lot of peer pressure and all that, but yeah, do the best you can and try that. Let me know how that works for dissolving those kidney stones. Okay. Um, Dr. Group has also got a kidney package with some kind of an oxygen thing too that's supposed to be really good. Dr. Group, I think it's at globalhealingcenter.com. Globalhealingcenter.com. He's an interesting guy. Okay, so I hope that helps, LaDonna. I hope she's doing much better, and I hope she listens to mom and gets on a wonderfully alkalizing diet, like I know you are. Fruits and berries and melons are the key to health, longevity, and everything else. Okay. Worse as she gets older. So here's a 19-year-old that's making all kinds of stones in the kidneys. Unbelievable. LaDonna, does she have kidney filtration? Has she checked? Let's get her some kidney filtration. Let's get her lymph system moving before this girl backs up. You know, hey, there's kids in their teens getting cancer. This is serious business. There's kids getting serious diseases. 6-year-olds with rheumatoid arthritis all through their bodies, which is really just acidosis. Sad stuff. God, I hate seeing kids. I just hate seeing kids that aren't well. I just want to heal them all, or give them the information to help them heal themselves. And get that lymph moving again, and get the immune system back online, and get those glands rebalanced, and have fun along the way. I mean, fruit is the greatest thing in the world. It's so fantastic. And Justin, yeah, Justin is online. Thanks for doing this again, Mark. Curious about your perspective on the liver gallbladder flush. Is it beneficial, and may it speed up the detox process? Yes, it's very beneficial, but I only like to do one or two, every year or so. I think you can overdo it. I think it's good to clear out this. The liver is not really a detoxifying organ. It's not a filter like a lot of people believe, but it's a chemical factory. And a lot of the chemicals that it makes helps bond things to help get it out of the lymph system, and the blood system. So it is very beneficial, and it does speed up the detox process. In fact, at the start of every detox process, Dr. Morse and myself recommend a good liver gallbladder flush. And on my website, there is one, his recommended, simple olive oil and lemon juice protocol. It's up on my website for free. Go check it out. And he also has a liver gallbladder formula if you want to go that way. But yeah, it's good to do in the beginning, and a parasite cleanse too. Okay. Fruitarian Tia is back. Centers. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure you'll chime in. Kelly's back online. All right. Kelly is actually, she's the one that talked about the liver flush. This is her specialty. And I'm glad to have you here, Kelly. How often should we do the test for kidney filtration? I do it every day. I'm addicted. I love it, man. Sometimes I'm filtering, sometimes I'm not. I like to see what's going on when I'm filtering, when I'm not. What are the things that I'm eating or drinking? What am I doing that's getting the filtration? So it's great, man. This is the key to it all. Learn it, live it. I mean, every day. Just hide that mason jar behind the toilet, and just check it out, especially that first urine in the morning. And then, you know, you're actively involved in your own health. You're not handing your health over to anybody. You're taking care of it yourself. And this is the golden key. It's the golden door. You know, the golden door in is the mouth, of course, what you choose to put in your body, and the golden door out is the kidneys, you know, where your, you know, gigantic major system of the body, your lymph slash sewer slash immune system is cleaned. So yeah, do it every day. Everybody go get a mason jar, stick it behind there, learn kidney filtration, watch my videos. If you can't get filtration, you know, come back here or get a hold of me. I got some tricks, you know, we can get you there. All right. But I got the basics up on YouTube and on my website, how to get kidney filtration, and then another video, how to get kidney filtration in a couple of days. Okay. Um, okay. So Justin, Mark, do you think it's ideal to have a big cloud of filtration in the toilet every morning? Heck yeah. You bet. You bet that's good. Do you personally get a huge cloud every morning? If not, how often is ideal? I don't get a huge cloud every morning. You know, I like to get filtration every morning, though, to some degree, which I do. Um, you know, sometimes if you drink a lot of fluids, though, you know, you're flushing so much, and especially if you're doing the kidney herbs, you're going to be flushing so much that sometimes filtration's hard to see. You're just not, you know, you're just flushing so much, you're not really getting it every urine. But yeah, when you're getting those huge clouds, man, you're unloading. And you guys will be singing hallelujah when you get that first burst, you know, that first cumulonimbus cloud of lymph. I mean, it is something to celebrate, you know. You should get a shaker and a horn. So it really is. It's a celebration that you are on the road to Wellville. You have stepped on the yellow brick road, and you're on your way. So yeah, it's wonderful. So congratulations if that's happening to you, Justin. Just keep it going, you know. Stay away from the proteins. They're going to lock you back up, especially in the beginning. You don't need protein. You just need amino acids, and fruits are full of them. Fruits are super high nutrition. All right. Um, my father her father's had five, and I've had one stone. Okay, so a history of stones. I've never had one myself, and I don't know what the preponderance of these stones are, but knock on wood, never had a stone. Um, all right. I hear they're really painful to pass, so I don't want one. But you know, I've been detoxing so long. I think I've dissolved all that stuff in there. So all right. So there's Fruitarian Tea. She's back. Okay, or he's back. Thank you for your Monday evenings, Mark. You bet. I am filtering. Yes. Congratulations. There's degeneration going on with my glands. How do I kick up my glands? How do you know there's degeneration? Let me know. What glands are down? Let me know that. I will say overall briefly that you kick up your glands, number one, by detoxing. Detoxing removes mucus from the body down to the cellular level and maybe even inside the cellular level. That toxic mucus that's been built up over the years, it starts cleaning that. Okay, it's like a mirror that, you know, in an old home, you just start polishing and polishing. All of a sudden, that mirror comes back just like it started 100 years ago, whatever. So, anyways, so yeah, you kick up your glands by detoxification by removing the mucus. That helps a lot. And then there are herbs. Well, let's just start with the food. The berries are wonderful for the glands. All those dark berries, those dark, rich blackberries and raspberries and blueberries and all that are really wonderful. Grapes are also considered berries. Dark, dark, dark grapes too. You know, those are wonderful for the glands. And then, you know, your Siberian ginseng, your astragalus, your ashwagandha. There's a lot of herbs that really kick up the glands. Tell me what glands are down, and I can give you more specific herbs. What I can remember off the top of my head. Okay. Kelly, here's Kelly talking to LaDonna. Stay away from foods high in acylic acid, which exacerbates kidney stones. You can Google for a list. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's in the kales and in spinaches and things like that. So yeah, that can really these acids actually bind the calcium too. So I forget what that's called, but it's a process. I'm not a chemist like Dr. Morse, but there's a binding factor there. And yeah, that's a good point there. Um, yeah. Okay. So Becky, hi Becky, hi Mark. Oh, I just went by. I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay. Hi Mark. I have come down with some sort of vaginal infection. I want to say it's bacterial vaginosis, but I will not be sure until my results come back. I have started taking the herbs 4 days ago. Okay, so do you have any of the Heal All Tea? That's a wonderful douche that'll help you there. Um, it's telling me that your lymph system is not really moving very well down the pelvic area. So number one, are you getting kidney filtration? Let me know. Get kidney filtration. The things that are closest to the kidneys will detoxify and heal the quickest. That's the good news. And that area, of course, is very close to the kidneys. So, yeah, try the Heal All Tea. Try douching with the Heal All Tea, and even the Javana tea too. Okay, there's some very good astringents in there, and some good antimicrobials like the black walnut hull. Which is in the Jivana. I know that Dr. Morse couldn't get the black walnut hull, so it was out of the Heal All Tea for a while, but it's still in the Jivana. So if you have some Jivana or Heal All Tea, check the label on the Heal All Tea for the black walnut hulls. Those are really good, and the white oak bark is really a good astringent too. Okay. Um, my doctor will prescribe antibiotics for sure. Do you suggest I take them or to clear the infection locally and then return to the herbs, or should I just continue with the herbs? Well, I can't really advise you on that, but I can tell you that that I just everybody knows I just went to the dentist down in Mexico, and I had to have a wisdom tooth pulled, and so she said, "Well, I'm going to write you a prescription for antibiotics." And even though they're biological dentists down there, holistic and all that, she says, "Yeah, I want you to take these antibiotics." I said, "Oh, well, I don't do antibiotics unless I absolutely have to." And I told her, I said, "I'm going to just do some herbs." And she said, "Oh yeah, what kind of herbs are you going to do?" And I said, "I'm going to do pau de arco, I'm going to do uno de gato, and I'm going to do echinacea." All right. And I didn't have a problem. I had no inflammation. I mean, it's almost like the tooth wasn't even pulled. It was amazing how quickly it didn't really inflame. There was no pain. Um, it was just unbelievable. It healed super quickly. I did some lymphatic herbs too, to help move the lymph system. You know, help get that. Because when the bacteria from the mouth hits it, you're going to get you know the white blood cells will come there and try to do some work. I didn't have that though. There was some obviously going on in there, but what didn't puff up. But there were definitely some white blood cells that were sent to the area. So when you move lymph, when your lymph is moving, it's going to flush all that stuff out very easily. So it doesn't have to back up. It doesn't form abscesses and all this stuff trying to trap toxins. The toxins and the bad bacteria and all that move. The river flows. So yeah, if your lymph is moving, then help it out. Maybe a little bit of lymphatic herbs, and then echinacea is pretty easy to find. The pau de arco is getting more easy to find, and so is the una de gato. So that would be the way that I would go. I don't like antibiotics because they kill all your friendlies. Like I was just talking about the lymph nodes and down the GI tract too. You can do some damage down there. Antibiotic means anti-life. So these things are very powerful, and they write these things out like they're nothing. And I take antibiotics very seriously. Of course, if I really, really started to get overwhelmed with an infection, I might go there. But so far, I haven't had that problem. My lymph system is fairly good. I don't know. I mean, I think it's great actually. I mean, it's moving, and yeah, I you know I want to say something else that when you're acidic, you have more pain too. You know, acids are painful, and so you get a wisdom tooth pulled. That can be a very traumatic experience if you're acidic. You know, it's just going to hurt a lot more. It's going to inflame a lot more. Things like that. So, anyways, I'm an herbal guy. That would be my first take on that. Okay. Hope you're moving lymph, Becky, and I wish you luck. And keep us informed, okay, how you're doing. Just want to be clear. I'm sure this is not a detox since I began to have symptoms before I received my herbs. Yeah, I don't think it's a detox symptom either. I think basically you're just not moving lymph down that area, and your immune system can't clear it. So yeah, you can help it out with the external douching and with moving lymph, getting the kidneys filtering, moving the lymph. Make sure your adrenals are online. Because they control the kidneys. Make sure that you're still flushing your GI tract. Okay. Um, but yeah, good luck with that. You know, uh, I don't know if you ever used the echinaceas or these sort of antibiotic herbs. They're pretty amazing. Okay. Um, mm, 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 mm. Okay. Okay, so Karen J. Hi, Mark. Thank you for what you're doing. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for coming here and participating. I really appreciate all you guys being here. I have been extremely thin all my life. I don't have kidney filtration and have symptoms that point to malabsorption and lymph stagnation. Yeah, okay, so uh, uh, give me the signs that you're thinking you have lymph stagnation, okay? But yeah, just being extremely thin is a sign of number one, malabsorption. It could also be a sign of a pancreatic weakness, because the pancreas helps with the digestion. Karen, are you seeing undigested food in your stools? That's a good sign there. Um, Also, if the adrenals are down, the adrenals help metabolize sugars and things like that. They help metabolize minerals, a lot of functions like that. Have you done a liver cleanse? Uh, um, you know, but I would point to, you know, if I was super thin like that, I would get on the GI broom. Okay, I would take care of the malabsorption issues. Malabsorption is caused sometimes by a mucoid plaque layer inside the GI tract, which blocks the absorption, the full absorption of your nutrients. And also, if you're acidic, if your lymph system is backed up inside the bowels, the nutrients can't get through because the bowels are inflamed. All right, so your lymphatic system is actually blocking the flow of the nutrients for absorption. And of course, the mucus blocks up that pancreas. The pancreas makes all those digestive enzymes that help you break down the food so it can be utilized by the body in the small intestine there. So all those things. Yeah, let's help you. Let's help you get some weight on and help you move that lymph and get rid of that malabsorption. Let's help you get to Wellville, and let's do this as a community, everybody. This is wonderful. Okay, Justin, Mark, exactly what are pellets made out of that get flushed out of? Oh, pellets, I'm sure. During a liver gallbladder flush, are they accumulated acids that turn hard and get stuck in the liver? They're basically calcifications. They're ionized. I think that's the word. Ionized minerals. They get um, they get bonded by the acids. Okay, and yeah, it's your body basically reacting to acidosis in the organs. So same thing in the kidneys as I talked about. Um, uh, so yes, they're essentially they're not accumulated acids, but they bind with the minerals. Okay, the acids help create a state where the minerals are bound together. Okay, hope that helps. And when I do the flush, will I go to the bathroom right after? And that should be when I unload the pellets. Well, Kelly, chime in on that. Uh, I I don't go to the bathroom right after I do that, but maybe some people do. I don't know. But yeah, Kelly, how long does it take usually to for most people to flush out these liver stones and all that? Um, Also, the phos food liquid is something that will actually soften and get the sharpness out of the stones too. So it's a good idea to try that before you do the liver flush. It can really help you if you suspect you have some really major stones in there. But hopefully Kelly will chime in and help us understand more about these liver gallbladder flushes. Um, so that's a good question there. Um, so okay, um, I wanted to talk about a couple of things here. Um, mm, 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 mm. mm. I wanted to talk about a couple of herbs. Now, I'd already mentioned the black walnut hulls. Okay, black walnut hulls are really a really powerful antifungal. They're really, really great for candida people. All right, they're anti-parasite. They kill microbes. They kill worms. They're antiviral, antibacterial. They cleanse the blood and the intestines. They strengthen cells, so it's a cellular proliferator and strengthener. They're astringent. They help pull toxins and acids out of the tissues. They're an immune system enhancer. They help balance sugar levels. They help restore tooth enamel. Okay, they move lymph. They're high in calcium to strengthen bones. They promote the healing of all tissues, and they increase oxygen in all cells. Those are the black walnut hulls. It's an amazing, amazing herb. Okay, so and it's a major ingredient in Dr. Morse's antiparasitic formulas. All right, and so I just wanted to talk about that. So if you're trying to get rid of this candida, of course you got to detox, you got to get the kidneys filtered, you got to move lymph, or your body can't flush it out. And then it's good to do these herbs that help the body kill these things. Okay. Another herb I want to talk about as far as these parasites is cloves. And clove essential oil is really great for dissolving the eggs that are found in the intestines left behind by worms. Um, it's believed to be the only herb that actually does destroy almost all parasite eggs. So this is just your natural clove. And when used in conjunction with black walnut and wormwood, the trio break up the parasite's life cycles. All right. So clove is also antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal. Clove oil has a powerful, broad spectrum antimicrobial properties. Okay, so there's a lot of these herbs, even oregano and thyme, that are very inexpensive, and they're fantastic antiparasites, antivirals. So just wanted to keep you informed on these. I'm going to try and offer up a couple herbs each time we talk about this, because they're such an important part of detoxification. We like to think the fruit can do it all, but we need the help of the herbs. They're, like I say, they're vegetables with attitudes. Okay. Anyways, I wanted to mention something that was on. There was a test done, a study done by USC in Berkeley and another lab, and they came to the conclusion that after just 3 days of using different cosmetics and personal care products, it led to a dramatic drop in the levels of toxic hormone disrupting chemicals in the bodies of teenage girls. Okay, so what happens is these young girls, they're putting on all this makeup, and they're buying usually some inexpensive makeup at the drugstore or whatever, and it's highly toxic, and it's disrupting their hormones, their glands. It's unbalancing their endocrine glands, and this is where we see all the trouble. So by going to natural cosmetics, they're able to stop this dramatically in just 3 days. So those levels come way down. So that's good to know for any LaDonna with your young daughter, all that kind of stuff. So I always say don't put anything on your skin you wouldn't eat. So try to go for the most natural cosmetics. Learn alternate cosmetics, natural cosmetics. There's a lot of things that you can do just with natural things around the house that can really help replace some of these cosmetics. So it's a good thing to learn. I just wanted to throw that out there. So let's go back to the live questions here, if I can. I've got some kind of a weird hang up. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Oh boy, here we go. I actually had a lot more than I thought here. Sorry, I went back to mine and I should have kept going with these. Okay, so here we go. Um, mm, mm, mm. Okay, so Kelly chimes in about the liver flush. Read a book by Andreas Moritz, The Liver Gallbladder Miracle Cleanse. Okay, yeah, I've heard that name quite a bit. Okay, it is very important to do the liver flushes properly or you can have lots of issues. I'm putting together a liver gallbladder cleansing video program to coach people through the process. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Kelly. That's wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so Inspired by Now is saying in the future, a talk about chakras and spirituality would be great. Through all my years of yoga practice, I've never really had any experience with opening of the chakras. Um, okay, so I'm just going to talk briefly about the chakras. The chakras are actually exactly where your endocrine glands are. Okay, so the pineal gland, of course, is the third eye chakra, and and then you have your throat chakra, which is of course your thyroid and your parathyroid, and your pancreas is going to be down here in your solar plex chakra and things like that. So they line up with that. So by detoxification, we actually improve the chakras, and the chakras are they're energy centers, energy wheels that flow, that spin. Okay, and opening up the chakras is something that can be done through spiritual practice, and we can assist that by detoxification. I know that in my meditations and in my spiritual work, it's gotten much more intense now that I've really cleaned out my glands, especially my third eye chakra. My pineal gland is a lot more open than it has been. And during meditation, that manifests as getting more what I call downloads. I'll be sitting in meditation, I'll get those aha moments, where it's like, yeah, I get it now. I believe that is sort of a connection um, to the infinite intelligence, if you will. So you probably are through the yoga opening up those chakras. Just start paying attention more to some of the wonderful clues. Your heart gets more open. You become more compassionate. You know, I wasn't always into healing. I've I used to be a movie producer and things like that. So as I got more spiritual, as I got more detox, I wanted to help people more, and I'm dedicating my life to this now. So that's a sign that my heart chakra is opening up more. Um, yeah, and your lower chakras, the more grounded you feel, the more connected you feel to Mother Earth and things like that, are a sign that you're opening that up. But yeah, there's a lot of signs that you can look for as you do this, and when you really start paying attention, you'll see the wonders, not only health wise but spiritually, from this practice. And Dr. Morse is so great about talking about this. I haven't really focused on that yet. I'm going to be moving into that area a lot more. And thank you for reminding me of that. What I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to send my healing message out, by reconnecting to Mother Nature and the foods that she provides. And this is sort of a spiritual exercise too, appreciating, the beauty and the simplicity of the fruits that have been provided for us, the food that's actually been provided for us. It's everywhere, hidden in plain view, so to speak. Even when you go to Whole Foods, only just a small section is dedicated to this. The rest is all packaged processed food. So, by seeing it, by acknowledging it, and by acknowledging the plant kingdom as a very, very powerful kingdom that is really here for it really benefits us to get more in line with that. So, thank you very much for that. I do want to get more into that. And um, I just want to say, without getting any religious or anything like that, that I was at a major healing on Saturday, and it was down in Los Angeles at the Coliseum, and there must have been 50 or 60,000 people there, and it was a major spiritual healing, and I saw some amazing things there, and I saw the power of faith that people had, we can call it the placebo effect, whatever, however we want to view this. But I saw the power of faith, and I saw it move through people. So, um, that's another great benefit of this. Is that you will access more of that raw power. Of that natural force as you detox. Okay, more of the forces of nature will be able to flow through you. Okay, so yeah, it was an amazing healing event, and I'm actually starting to reach out to more of these. I'm getting involved in more healing groups and things like that, just trying to help people and to really learn more about the healing process. Both mentally, spiritually, and physically. So um, yeah, I'm just happy to focus on this right now because I think it's something that everybody can understand and everybody can do, and it's non-denominational. Just I mean, fruit is for everybody, Hindu, Muslim, whatever. We all love the fruit. You set out a table of all kinds of foods, and the babies will go right to the fruit. They love it. It's our natural food, and it's what we're supposed to eat. We're designed for it. And which brings me to something. I just want to briefly go over this, you guys. And uh, Dr. Morse has been, he comes under attack, sometimes, and as we all do, as I do too, and I'm okay with it. I can handle myself, but he's been under attack by Brian Clements, Brian True. He's been actually on this channel, and we've had some debates on here, and it was all good. I mean, it's all good. I like being challenged like that. But Dr. Morse, it inspired him to make a video and to kind of challenge Brian on his ideas of fruit sugar. Brian works over at the Hippocrates Health Center. It's Ann Wigmore, and they're highly into vegetable juicing to help people, a lot of cancer patients and things like that. And he's saying that fruit sugar damages the body. So Dr. Morse had to defend himself, and basically told Brian, he goes, "I'm getting a lot of your clients over here because your vegetable detoxification can only take them so far." And then the cancer markers start to go back up and things like that. So he challenged him, and I just want to go over a few points here real quick. Um, Dr. Morse is saying, as I agree, sugar is essential to life and energy. To think that you can block the sugars feeding cells, whether they're cancer or good cells, is completely false because that's what the cells run on. They run on sugar. They run on carbon, which is converted to ATP for cellular energy. So you can't stop sugar coming in. All right. If you do that, you're going to try to go to proteins, and you're going to shut down those kidneys, and you're going to back up with more acids. So this is not right. Um, there's only three types of simple sugars: fruit sugar, right, which is fructose; your vegetable sugars, which are glucose; and your milk sugars, which are galactose. All right. So those are your simple, basic sugars. Fruit sugar is the best for the body. It's utilized very quickly. It requires very little energy to get in the body. So all that intense energy, it can be used for healing. That's why it's the number one healer for everything, and especially for nervous system things like MS and all that, because it has the energetics to help the body. So this isn't all just about detoxification. This is also about the regeneration of tissues. When you get to a high level of detoxification, your body starts to rebuild. It starts to regenerate. It starts to repair, and this is the beauty. Um, okay. Um, we are supposed to run on base dominant foods. In other words, alkalizing foods. This is how our bodies are designed. And most vertebrate animals are designed this way too. So the idea of taking in acidic forming foods like dairy, meat, and grains, it does not serve the body. It only clogs the body back up, and it weakens the body, eventually to the point of shutting it down. So that's the beauty of the fruit. We are a primatish species. We are a tropical species. Fruit is what we're supposed to eat. Okay, I know it. When I first heard this stuff, I just thought, man, fruit is not even. This is something I eat for sugar. For energy. This is something that's my snack. I felt my blood sugar going down, so I had a piece of fruit. It was never my main meal. This is all new, but this is when your body starts to really change, and your everything changes when you start to eat fruit meals. You know, and I tell everybody just go fruit till noon. Watch what happens. Don't take my word for it. Watch what happens when you just go fruit till noon. It's absolutely amazing. Okay, yeah, we're nothing like the herbivores. You know, they have a digestive tract 30 times the length of their spine. Ours is only um, 12. They have 2 to 7 stomachs. We have one. I could go on and on. Okay, but anyways, it really is. It's all about healing. Uh, you know, eating the fruit is helping you heal. That's the bottom line. We want to heal. We want to help others heal. So we have to learn to go to high fruit. Okay, this is the greatest healer. All right, the greatest healing food, I should say. All right. Okay, so back to the questions. So we've talked about the chakras a little bit. There's Bitsy. Come on, say hi, Bitsy. Bitsy has to make her appearance. All right, there she is. All right, she's up from her nap. All right, you're becoming quite famous on this channel here. Okay, good. Okay, so let's see. Andia, hi. I'm vegan. Went off birth control after 9 years. I have back acne and dermatitis, and a lot of my hair fell out. Where should I start with Dr. Morse's program? My kidneys are filtering. Okay, so you have kidney filtration, so that is a fantastic start. Congratulations. Okay, so let's take it one at a time. Um, you're vegan. Okay, vegan can mean a lot of things. Okay, you can be vegan and eat macaroni and cheese all day. Okay, so I'm glad you're vegan. Well, you couldn't actually eat the cheese. You're right. Okay, so you could eat macaroni all day. But anyways, you're vegan. That's fantastic. Go high fruit. Okay, that's going to get the lymph moving. It's going to alkalize the body. Okay, you have acidosis. Okay, acne and dermatitis and hair falling out is all acidosis that's being kicked out to the skin because the kidneys are overloaded. There's too much acid in your body. It's trying to kick it out through the skin area. It's damaging your skin. It's drying your skin. Okay, you're acidic, probably all over the body. So, starting with Dr. Morse's program, go high fruit, at least 80%. Stay raw. The rest fruits and vegetables, raw vegetables, salads, and you can do some green drinks too. But try to go 80% fruit, and the magic will start to happen. You can start out with a liver gallbladder flush, a parasite cleanse, and either Dr. Morse's Fab 4 kit or his weeks 1 and 2 formulas kits are really a great place to start. Get a hold of me offline, and I'll help you if you need my help. But you got kidney filtration. That's wonderful. Your journey has begun, and you will start to see amazing things. You might go through a few rough spots. Your acne could get worse for a while. Don't take that as a bad sign. Sometimes you have to go back. As you uncover these things, they flare up, and then you'll start to clear out eventually. Okay. So good luck to you on that. That's fantastic. I'm glad you found this, and keep us posted. All right. I'm gonna go fast now. Okay. So inspired now, but now I think I'm experiencing things. Okay, so that you're talking about your chakras, so experiencing things. Yeah, yeah, just start everybody, as you detoxify, start thinking about all the benefits in consciousness that you're getting, how much calmer you are, how much better you're able to focus, how much your heart opens, how much compassion you have, um, how much higher thinking you do, how much more time you want to spend in meditation or in nature, things like that. Just keep an eye on it. I think you're going to find out that there are amazing benefits. Justin is saying thank you to Kelly. We'll look into that book. Yeah, I'm Andreas Moritz. Okay, Kelly, you're welcome. Contact me if you have any questions. I tried putting my email, but they don't let you. I'm on Facebook. Yeah, Kelly, just spell it out like Kelly Armit and then and then spell out .com, and you might be able to get it through. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Um, Okay. Oh, we're backed up here. I'm gonna go until I answer all your questions. Okay. Um, okay. All right. So Mariah McMaster, check out Tom Palladino in Scalar Energy. His programs cover the chakras as well as pathogenic cleaning. I haven't heard of Tom, but I'll look into that as well. Thank you. I appreciate that. Kelly, Andy, try Kundalini Yoga. Yes, absolutely, Kundalini Yoga. If you haven't already, it's very powerful and different than other yogas, more spiritual than meditations, especially. Yeah, Kundalini Yoga is absolutely amazing. And especially when they bring a gong into the room. If you guys have ever been to a sound bath, down in Los Angeles, a guy named Guy Douglas is amazing. He does crystal singing bowls and these big gongs. And he also incorporates um, uh, the holotropic breathing technique developed by Stan Grof. Stan Grof is a very famous psychiatrist that was actually doing work with LSD back when it was legal and had great results. And then they made LSD illegal, and then he wanted something that brought people to an altered state of consciousness. And he developed this holotropic breath work that actually brings you to an altered state of deep meditation, and combining that with the sound bath is absolutely amazing, and you will open up chakras there. So if you're ever in LA, look up Guy Douglas. He's on Facebook. Sound bath and sound healing, absolutely incredible. Okay. And this moves energy and it moves lymph. I'm convinced of that, and it clears your glands. Okay, Justin, I'm currently on lots of Dr. Morse's herbs, including the GI broom. Fantastic. GI broom will, very powerful for the GI tract, and gets rid of mucoid plaque and alkalizes. I'm wondering if I had an additional teaspoon of bentonite clay to my GI broom, this would help clean the GI broom faster. I don't know about that. Um, you know, you could try it. I don't know. I really don't know about that. I would just keep doing the GI broom. Dr. Morse has played with these formulas for decades, has gotten the balance down where it's most effective. So, but you can try. Everything is not known. That's for sure. Let us know if you find anything if you're experimenting. Kelly, more powerful for opening the chakras and inducing spiritual experiences to clearer, in my opinion. Okay. You're talking about the Kundalini Yoga, yeah. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so Derek Erickson, hello. How are you? I'm good. I went on a 21-day water fast to assist my body in healing its Crohn's disease. Okay, so Crohn's is acidic bowels, acidosis in the bowel wall. Okay, so all right, so a water fast. So you're not taking in any acidic chemistry, and you're helping cleanse. Good. Things went fairly well, but it seemed like the deepest and most important parts of healing only started to occur toward the end of the fast. I've been 2 months since the fast, and I want to dive again and finish clearing things up. Well, I don't do water fasts, and I don't really talk about them too much here. I'm not against them. People have done some wonderful things on them, and uh, I know that Lauren Lockman down in Costa Rica at the Tanglewood is doing some neat things down there as far as healing. You could try the GI broom and going high fruit and helping clear things out too. See if that helps you. The Crohn's is just one, a medical community's name for acidosis in the bowel wall. You got to get down interstitially and move lymph. The lymph between the cells. Okay, that's done by moving the lymphatic system. Get the kidneys filtering. Number one, move lymph. Clean the GI tract, of course, and get those endocrine glands, especially the adrenals, up. Okay. Go to my website. You'll find all kinds of things, information on how to do that. Check your blood pressures. You want to see that upper number, the systolic number between 120 and 130. That shows that your adrenals have got some punch to them. If they're low, which most people's are, then you want to bring those up. Um, uh, Kidneys between 60 and 70. That's the lower number. You want to get that in that range there. Okay. So yeah, so try lymphatic detoxification. As a step. You've already done your water fast, so lymphatic detoxification is the key to helping removing acids from the bowel wall or from any tissues. By the way, anywhere in the body, it doesn't matter where. The lymph system is surrounding every cell in the body. It's everywhere. Okay. So we need to move lymph. It's a big job. A big job. Okay, so okay, inspired by now, Derek. 21 days. That's great. I was able to do a 7-day fast, but was so sick the entire time. I'll detox with fruit a little while longer, then dive in again. Yeah, that's a good idea. You know, a fruit fast is a lower level. It's not as harsh as a water fast, and the dry fast is the harshest, of course. So you can work your way up the ladder through these. You know, some people have to start just on cooked vegetables. They're so toxic, and then they move to uncooked vegetables, and they move to just fruit. Then they move to fruit juices. So, um, and then they can move to a lemon juice fast or a grape fast or a mono fruit fast. That's a very high level fruit fast. So you can take this in steps depending on what your toxic level is. But dig deep and work as hard as you can, you guys. We all have a lot of work to do. We're all born with a lot of compromised lymph systems and compromised kidneys. Okay. All right. Justin wants to know where Derek did his fast. Kelly's getting her email address out there. So KH at kellyhayford.com. So anybody wants to get a hold of Kelly about a liver gallbladder flush, she's very knowledgeable in that. Okay, so I've done a gong bath twice. Amazing. Yeah, that'll open up some chakras and get you into the spiritual realms. Wonderful. Derek Erickson, a fast would be of shorter length than the previous one, maybe only a 7 to 10 day fast this time around. Would this be an appropriate time space between fasting, or is it too soon? I'm asking this as a hypothetical question, looking for non-medical advice. I don't know. You got to listen to your own body and see what's right for you. You know, do you have the strength and energy to do it? Are you depleted? You know, I know that Lauren Lockman will not take depleted people on his major water fasts because it's just too much. So there's a lot of questions. I would contact Lauren Lockman at Tanglewood. He's on Facebook. He's a really knowledgeable guy in this department. He's done this for I think 20 years or something. So he's pretty amazing. Yeah, Lauren Lockman, Tanglewood Wellness Center in Costa Rica, which I'd love to have a wellness center down there, you guys, where you come down and we just talk detox and spirituality and we eat fruit all day. That's my dream. So let me know if you guys would come down to something like that. I'd love to do that. That'd be really neat. I love Costa Rica. It is a fruit lover's paradise. Monkeys in the trees every morning. Oh man, it's just incredible. And I'm a surfer, so it's paradise all the way around. And the people are so super friendly. Andy, thank you. You're welcome. Okay, Derek, it's been 2 months. Is it too soon to fast again? Yeah, I really can't answer that. But yeah, talk to Lauren and see. Derek, I've been following the 80-10-10 for a year. Just want to do some final healing. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be all about that Crohn's. So how is your Crohn's doing? Are you healing from that? You know, is that are you on medications? What are your symptoms? What's going on there? Internet's being finicky. Yeah, no problem there. No problem. Okay, so we're about 12 minutes over. We covered a lot of ground here. Thank you very much for tuning in. And again, it's just really about taking in the right foods, which is fruits, and the tender leafy greens, and that will change your life. It'll alkalize the body. It'll get the lymph moving. It's all about getting that kidney filtration, getting the lymph moving, restoring the life force back to the body, and getting the river, that beautiful river of lymphatic waters flowing again, and health will return to you, and vitality and spirituality, and everything will return. So that's my message, and I'm glad you guys are showing up. I'm glad we get to navigate the intricacies of this, and it's my wish that everybody becomes knowledgeable in this, and everybody heals themselves and heals others. So we'll see you next week, and thank you so much for participating, and we'll see you in about a week. Thank you. Bye-bye.